I'm not naming no names, but I wish you guys knew how easy it is to fake being wealthy for the internet here in LA.
What's the difference between people who are actually rich and those who are acting like they're rich?
Fake being rich is a 21-year-old broke college student living in Los Angeles.
I feel like so many people on the internet act fake rich. And it really irks me just because it just creates this idea, especially here on social media, have and supposed to be at a certain point.
We love it, we hate it, yet we let it happen. And culture online is decisive of whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And I know what you're thinking, whether you're on which side or not, you're probably thinking, wow, the fact that this is a discussion is insane. But depending on how you think about it, if you're one of those capitalistic people that are like, it's good for the economy, but in exchange, it might make other people upset or suffer or hurt, then go for it. You could kind of be one of those people that are like, yes, for the invisible hand, which is an economic theory that says that the economy will basically, fix itself, but what has to happen in order for it to take that long to fix itself. That's just why I really don't like it when I have to have discussions, aka dating app dates with guys that are like, oh, with what capital? Oh, I don't pay my taxes, which I guess maybe should be a good sign depending on what you value in a relationship as a woman. Uh, but I went off on a tangent. I do apologize. But this is really interesting. And it really symbolizes, I think, a lot of what we go through as young people and as Americans, of how much we really desperately love seeing it online as a form of aspiration, because maybe we can't have it yet. According to my Substack article, aspiration is contagious and it could start making more micro aspirational content babies. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a moment. I'm back. I just had to help my mom with something. But let's just go ahead and get straight into it. How do micro influencers do it? And how are they redefining affluence? And why do we as people love it when people fake wealthy lives online? There's nothing as true as me not being a part of the 1%. I did not skip out on my taxes nor take away athletes' hats from children at tennis games. Last time I said that in a short, my analytics showed that people swiped immediately away. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that in. Anyway, I mean, come on, I have a Substack. Even though I am not a stay at home daughter, I find myself wealthy in other ways. I remember going viral, in my opinion, showing off my $45 of minis, two of them, from Sephora, in a hotbox that was my car, just outside the building. I got like 5K views, showing off my little treats with such a positive experience with showing off my small life. I had to wonder, what if my affluence didn't attach to a price tag? What if it wasn't attached to a price tag? How and why content creators fake wealthy lives online? It might be because we let it and love it. Two internet trends, two ways of thinking: quiet luxury and affordable affluence, either coined or popularized by social media platforms. The defining of what is preserved as wealth is not finite, and the content that is made online interprets it in many levels of understanding of what wealth means to an individual. Wealth is built, earned, and collected. We have had conversations about the cultural differences or of rich and wealthy. If wealth is quiet, according to Quiet Luxury, then rich is loud. Wealth can even mean old money, and rich might mean new money. Railways versus crypto. Social media content reflects that. Luxury or a life of wealth can be seen with certain behavior and editing composition styles. If wealth is quiet and exclusive, so someone from a wealthy life might have a symbol of privacy. Perhaps they don't post daily like their life depends on it. Content even may be selfish in nature, not providing a value right away besides entertaining and being aspirational. With experts in marketing teaching that aspirational content doesn't always convert to leads, but it might plant seeds. The editing might be reserved, with fonts being minimal and exude an old money marketability, with fonts like Advercase, Times New Roman, Condensed Times New Roman, and of course, Playful Despair, etc. I'm so sorry. Playful Display, etc. Composition might have vlogs be filmed like a documentary, with some type of context other than romantically. This nonverbal messaging is widely different from affordable affluence, where Gen Zs are redefining what status is. The new symbol of affluence might be a pantry of unique snacks, free time, the experience of everything being content, storytelling, and grocery store tourism. Affordable affluence is defined as a new term describing a cultural phenomenon of average consumers aligning themselves of a higher class using their purchasing power of buying affordable luxuries. This is creating a new concept of wealth and luxury without sustaining a traditional form of wealth. Brands like Aritzia, Laundry Sauce, and Erewhon Market create traditional normal needs into luxury without the intense price tag. Those can choose to buy or invest one thing from Erewhon, a few quiet luxury pieces of clothing, and things that can turn into props so they can be repurposed for making content online, therefore, making affluent content just showing off a different brand of wealth. In my opinion, it's disappointing that food and grocery shopping has become a status symbol, especially for healthier food. So, yes, wow, buying food is apparently a luxury now. In my Substack article, we talk about why Americans love it so much, the Felsman theory and parasocial relationships, conspicuous consumption, the systems of redundancy that become involved, and of course, why Americans gravitate towards this aesthetic as a whole, along with the general paradox of faking affluence online and the cultural and psychological dynamics of empowerment versus exclusion. Hey, it's Mila from the future, and I'm going to give you something that's not on my Substack yet, and that is a little life update and how I'm excited to be here. And I'm also going to talk about why I think aspirational content is contagious. Now, before we get into that, I just want to say I am a full time college student, so bear with me. But my goal is to post 3 articles, academic narrative articles a month. So they are narrative based, but they are basically put in as much effort as an academic article because it is through an academic lens and they are researched as well. And sources will be cited, but that will be for paid subscribers to see those sources. Uh, Everything has been going good. I just realized I have bags under my eyes. Do I have bags? Do I have bags? Do I have bags? Nah, that's creepy. It's what it's like to be a high maintenance college student, to have a Substack, to have a job, to have an internship, and to be doing all of that. Yeah, it's fabulous. I guess I should also let you know what my few favorite things are because after all, I am not Oprah, but I should let you know. Let's talk about what is on my desktop vanity today. Today we have the Odell Air Dry Styling Cream. This is not sponsored, of course. I like it because it has no crunch. I can easily use it with my Velcro rollers, and then I'd get the most luxurious blowout that will last for probably like 2 or 3 days. Which is pretty fantabulous. Next on my desktop vanity will actually have to be these Urban Decay shimmery highlighters. Now, it is so good to have this liquid highlighter because it is self-setting. So I will mix it with my skin tint and then it will self-set, and then I maybe don't have to worry about putting as much powder on, which is also super cool. On my personal socials, which you should follow right here, I also talk about this lot. It is the Daydream Cream by Province Beauty. It is indeed a Bobbi Brown dupe. I do not need to say more. I do not need to say more. Hopefully, they will not run out at the Ulta I work at. Yes, I work at Ulta. I did just reveal that. But otherwise, I am incredibly exhausted. Hopefully, a few subscribers will help me sleep at night, and I can at least rest enough because Tyra was right about one thing, and that was sometimes you just need to sleep. The best type of makeup and skincare secret is sleep, which I kind of, oh well, you know, so forth. But let's go ahead and get into why I think aspirational content is contagious. And I'm going to talk about the paradigms and theories that I will be discussing in my Substack article. Now, most marketers have developed the knowledge to know and to have to probably explain over and over again to other people that they work with that aspirational content does not lead to leads, nor does it convert easily. In fact, all it does is that it builds a brand and it plants seeds. It's subconscious. It does something to a person's brain to simulate themselves with the brand. I also talk about Velsman's conscious consumption theory, or should I say the conspicuous consumption theory. Conspicuous consumption theory, which means that the more that we see people spend, the more likely we are to spend. And then the fact that we assimilate to the media that we see online because it reflects the world, it reflects our psyche, it basically reflects our mindset. The more we see aspirational content, the more likely we are to become aspirational or aspire to be, and the more likely that we are to make aspirational content. Hence the big boom of micro influencers that I also believe has to do with a recession. Little work balance thing of the week that I recommend is definitely pre-planning your outfits for the week. I use an app for it, which is also going to be an article, not sponsored, discuss on my Substack about how Cher Clueless's closet is finally here and how tech and AI are shaping the way we glow up and the potential dangers of it. And let me tell you, it gets actually really heavy. Like really heavy, guys, like super heavy. Because if you study communications, you will learn that no matter what, once you get into those advanced courses and after you take your intercultural communication class and your gender studies class, you will learn that in communications and in media studies, everything is about gender and sadly, everything is about race. It is unavoidable. If you are a communications major or media studies, you will definitely know. If you're pursuing higher education too, you will definitely know this as well. But when it comes to, I know I'm pivoting really quickly, but when it comes to things like aspirational content, this is a very interesting thing that happens. Micro influencers overall have way more better conversion rate than big influencers because they're niched out and they have a cult following compared to influencers that are big where they feel the need to adapt to basically show up for everybody. So micro influencers are basically have better conversion. That's why brands and big brands try to poach them and try to convert them more and try to basically get them to do more stuff. And of course, they're always thinking like, oh, I can, probably get them to just give them some stuff, don't have to pay them. And it's kind of a really weird market how basically content marketing and influencer marketing is right now. And this basically cognitive dissonance that happens between brands and also through people who are online. That will probably be an article coming up in the next few months. I do have a calendar. I will reveal it later. But basically, micro influencers, I have a theory that once they start becoming big, they go through the feeling of then wanting to be more general, to expand to their general audience, and therefore they start becoming basic. And therefore, we have the phenomenon of like all those LA girl, all those New York girl influencers are the same. And that's always heartbreaking because that takes away the talent, the engineering, the stress, and also all of the hard work that probably someone did get to get there. Overall, things have been going moderately well. I am exhausted. I am going to try and pursue higher education. So please give me a thumbs up, encourage me to do that. It will be uber exciting. Um, but otherwise, talking about that, I think was a really important thing to add, especially just adding to the bits and bobs and being a corporate girly. Props to you. Props to you. I love ya. Being a corporate girly and a creative girly, I have give you props to you. Props to you. Props, props, props. I think we should all give each other a round of applause for the fact that we have survived this long in the fall, especially if you are in academia or you're a college student, just in general, just trying to get your degree. C's get degrees. It's valid. I understand. I disagree, but it is valid. If anyone is super stoked or has questions about what it means to be affluent, or does anyone have any questions about my article at all? For the first few days that this video is up, I will definitely answer questions in the comments to the best of my ability, but there might come a case where certain things will be behind a paywall because what I talked to you about today, actually, I gave you a little extra paragraph of things that was behind a paywall. And I wasn't really supposed to do that according to people that are helping me with my Substack. So shh, don't tell them. I gave you way more than what you could get for free on my Substack. But if you want to continue the conversation and read more all about it, go ahead and just be a paid subscriber on my Substack. This article will be launching in mid-September. And even if you're not going to do that, simply you supporting the channel or the pages like this is even just as good. But for the soft girl academics that are going to join me on Substack, I say thank you and see you on the other side.